welcome back to the channel, and I hope that everybody's doing as well as you can in spite of circumstances that's looming on the horizon. Family, I kind of want to name this lesson as the Most High is never late. You know, we find ourselves sometimes in situations where pretty much all hope is lost. It seems that our prayers have been unheard. You know, sometimes and oftentimes, the Most High lets you get right to the brink of when you think that you're going to fail, and then He steps in. But all that is, family, is just a trying and testing of your faith. If the Most High would always answer prayers immediately, then, you know, we don't have to have much faith. You know, it doesn't take any faith if somebody is steady answering your prayers and doing the things that you want or need. You can see that example with small children. If every time they came and asked you for something or to buy something and you immediately did it, they don't have to put in no work, they don't have to be obedient. All they need to do is ask. Well, that just creates a spoiled child, and he's going to have that attitude as he gets older. He's used to having things done his way when he wants it, and that's a bad way to grow up, because then you'll continue to try and get things immediately without any work or patience, and you'll do anything to accomplish that, including robbery or murder or whatever it is to get your desires. So sometimes the Most High just teaches us patience and faith. In these last days, family, we're going to have them both. Because sometimes the Most High will let you get right into the fire before He shows up. You can take that example from the 3 Hebrew boys. They actually got thrown in the furnace before the Most High acted. They didn't know if they were going to be burned alive or what. But they kept the faith. And they said that, you know, the Most High could save them if He choose to. He said, but either way, we're not going to bow down, you know, to your idol. And so the Most High allowed them to get all the way in the furnace. And then He showed up and saved them from it. Okay? Same way with Daniel. You know, he actually got thrown into the den with the lions before the Most High acted. See, sometimes we'll get to the brink of things before the Most High act. I mean, we may even lose our car or our home, you know, and it just seems like, you know, that's it. It's over. And then the Most High steps in, especially if you remain in faith and believing, just as Job did. Job lost everything. His children, his property, and even his health. And his wife came to him and told him, and she was speaking from a human side, She said, you're remaining faithful after all of this. Why don't you just curse the Most High and die? And Job told her, nah, you speaking like a foolish woman now. Not that he calling his wife a fool, but that was a foolish statement to say, to curse the Most High and die. So Job rejected that notion, And what happened in the end? He was restored everything, a lot more than what he had before. He had to go all the way to the bottom, family, before the Most High stepped in and restored him. But he stepped in and restored him because Job never charged the Most High foolishly. He didn't do what Satan thought he would do, and that's curse the Most High to his face after the Most High removed the hedge from around him. So this is why I always stress often that our best weapon is the Most High and His Word. We prepare the best we can for things that's coming. But our ultimate protection is going to be the Most High. That's just the bottom line. No matter what we try to do to prepare. Because if the Most High is not with you, whatever you did is not going to work or save you, okay? So put the Most High first. You're not denying His ability to save. You're just trying to be smart and prepare, because He gave even the animals and insects the ability to know to prepare. Just take the ant. In the summer months, they are gathering food and everything for the winter. That's what they do. Or the bear. He eats enough during the good months that he stores a lot of fat in his body, and he's able to hibernate, and be okay during the time that he's hibernating, because he has that much fat stored. So even animals know to prepare, but it's hard to get our people to prepare for things. And so, yes, we depend on the Most High completely. But there are certain things that we should do too, if we're able to do it. If whatever you can do whatever you can do. Everybody can't afford, stockpiles of food and equipment and all that, but do what you can do. If you can only afford a few jars of peanut butter, do that. Give the Most High something to work with. So we prepare the best we can. Okay? Like I say, everybody don't have the means, especially at these times today. I mean, people have lost jobs, and it's going to continue. It's going to get worse. There's going to be a famine in this land, either man-made or the Most High. For disobedience. You can find about 14 different famines in the scriptures. And I've got them listed on this video. And then you see where it's going to be a nothing in Matthew 24:7 and in Revelation. It's going to be a famine. It's going to be hard to get something to eat unless you abide by the rules of the wicked. So, most of all, family, stay prepared in prayer. Constantly pray. This is the most important thing that you can do. Do everything you can, to strengthen your faith. Ask the Most High to strengthen your faith. You're going to need it. Okay? So, I'm going to read a few, we're going to go into scriptures. About how the Most High, he's not never late. I mean, we don't always see him working when we want to. But it's never too late for the Most High to turn any situation around. Even when you think you hit rock bottom. Just at that point, for those who love him and obey him. Okay? Let me put that stipulation in there. You may get to the brink of you may get to the bottom. And then he just steps in, and recovers you. The scripture said he would never leave, or abandon us. But you got to believe that. We need to praise and worship the Most High every single day. Don't neglect to pray. Don't ever neglect to pray. Thank the Most High for things as good as they are in your life. Because it could be worse. Give thanks for everything. And tell the Most High that you're thankful for everything. Even if it's things that he does on a daily basis that you don't even recognize. The Most High is at work all the time. He blesses us in ways that we don't even pay attention to. It never comes to mind. Only them things that stick out like a sore thumb do we recognize, but all day long he's working. You think about that. You got to go through a 24-hour day, and he brings you through them days perfectly without being hurt. That's something to thank him for every day. You keep waking up. All right? So, let's just go ahead and do some scriptures and study about the Most High. He's never late. He does things in his timing. We have to be patient. We have to have faith. Even when it looks the worst. It's always darkest just before the light. Okay? That is not the time to lose faith when things get very dark. Because daybreak is just right around the corner, family. Okay. John chapter 11, verse 21 and 22. Then said Martha unto Mashiach, Lord, if thou had been here, my brother wouldn't have died. Verse 22, where she says, But I know that even now, whatsoever thou wilt ask of the Most High will give it to thee. So she letting him know. She said, if you've been here, he wouldn't die. But she said, even now though, whatever you ask the Most High to do, he'll do it. So she kept the faith. Even though her brother was dead, she felt like that even now he can be raised. See, he had to go all the way into the grave, death, and then he was raised. Okay? And like I say, well, from Job chapter 2 and verse 9, it said, Then said his wife unto him, Does thou still retain thy integrity? Curse the Most High and die. You know, and like I say, she was just speaking from a fleshly view, you know, because she had lost her children and home and everything else. And, you know, Job was sick and all this stuff going on at one time. She said, you know, it's better to just go ahead and die, you know. And Job just wasn't buying into that, thank goodness. Even James chapter 5, verse 10 and 11 mentions it. It says, Take, my brethren, the prophets, who have spoken in the name of the Most High for an example of suffering, affliction, and of patience. Behold, we count them happy which endure. You have heard of the patience of Job, and have seen the end of the Most High, that the Most High is very pitiful and of tender mercy. See, he mentioned, you know, what about Job? You know, all this he had to go through, and then the Most High, you know, had compassion and mercy and restored Job probably 10 to 20-fold. Okay? So the Most High is just not never late. It just don't happen in our timing when we think things should happen. And therefore, it causes people to lose faith when they see that they've lost everything. They give up. They felt like they've been abandoned by the Most High. You know, the Most High didn't come through. And right at that point was your breakthrough. But you can't lose faith. Let's see what happened to the children of Israel. Deuteronomy 8 and 4 says, Thy raiment wax not old upon thee, neither did thy foot swell these 40 years. You know, they was in the desert 40 years and their clothes never even tore up, or their shoes, or their feet swell. You know, family nowadays, we can be on a job and have to be on our feet for 5-6 hours and our feet swell. These people were in the desert for 40 years, wandering around, and their feet never swole, their shoes never wore out. See? So let's not downplay the power of the Most High. Let's read it again, Deuteronomy 29 and 5. And I have led you 40 years in the wilderness. Your clothes are not waxen old upon you, and thy shoe is not waxen old upon thy foot. See? Their clothes never wore out, and neither did their shoes or sandals. Okay? One more. Nehemiah chapter 9, verse 19 through 21. See what he said. Yet thou in thy manifold mercies forsookest them not in the wilderness. The pillar of the cloud departed not from them by day to lead them in the way, neither the pillar of fire by night to show them light and the way wherein they should go. Verse 20, Thou gavest also thy good spirit to instruct them, and withheldest not manna from their mouth, and gavest them water for their thirst. Verse 21, Yea, 40 years did thou sustain them in the wilderness, so they lacked nothing. Their clothes waxed not old, and their feet swelled not. See, Even out of disobedience, the Most High sustained them. And this is what I'm saying, family. If you love, worship, and praise the Most High, and do the things that please Him, even when the things get the worst, He shows up. Even when you feel like all is lost, that's when He shows up. Because you remained constant in your faith. That's what it takes to receive from the Most High. If you look at examples of YAH, when He was healing people, quite a few times, before He healed them, He would ask them a question. Do you believe I can do this? And of course they say, yea, Lord, we believe. He said, okay, well, according to your faith, be it unto you then. See? That's what it took. Belief. Faith. He can't do anything without that. You know what the scriptures say? He couldn't even perform miracles in his hometown because of unbelief. You got to have faith and belief. And above all, be obedient. Okay? But how can the Most High come through for you and you don't even believe it? How can He work some kind of miracle in your life and you can't even believe it? Even the book of James say even the devils believe and tremble. I mean, if you can't believe the Most High, you less than them. As far as believing. I got to believe that we have to believe the Most High will take care of us, family, because He instructs us to do the same thing. Now, He's not going to ask us to do something that He Himself wouldn't do. 1 Timothy 5:8. But if any provide not for his own, and especially for those of his own house, he hath denied the faith, and is worse than an infidel. Now this is what the Most High thinks of us, people who won't provide for their home, especially their own house. Well, we're the house of Israel. We are the Most High's house. He's going to provide for us. Why would He say for how we should act, and then He acts the opposite? So whatever the Most High asks of us, the same as the things that He does. He's not going to ask you to do something that He doesn't Himself do. Okay? The Most High uses all kind of ways to help you, family. Let's see what He did for Elijah. 1 Kings 17:6. And the ravens brought him bread and flesh in the morning, and bread and flesh in the evening, and he drank of the brook. See, the Most High had birds feeding Elijah. So it's no limit to how the Most High causes things to happen. Every creature is under the subjection of the Most High. He can order His creatures to feed you or protect you. Let's go further down in 1 Kings 17. We're going to read about the lady who was about to run out of food because of the famine in that land. And she went on and obeyed what the Most High really had said, and she fed Elijah first. Now, how many of us would do that? We're down to our last meal, and stranger comes up and say, give me some of that first. Most of them will probably look at him like he's crazy. Man, are you crazy? This is it. This is all we got. So let's read that story. We'll start at verse 12. And she said, as the Most High thy Elohim live, I have not a cake, but a handful of meal in a barrel, and a little oil in a cruse. And behold, I am gathering 2 sticks, that I may go in and dress it for me and my son, that we may eat it and die. See, that was it for her. She had nothing else. There was a famine in the land, and that was going to be it, her last meal. So she thought. And Elijah said unto her, fear not, go and do as you had said, but make me thereof a little cake first, and bring it to me. And after, make for thee and thy son. He said, make me something out of that little stuff first. Then do something for you and your son. Okay? 14. For thus said the Most High Elohim of Israel, the barrel of meal shall not waste, neither shall the cruse of oil fail, until the day that the Most High send rain upon the earth. See, it was a famine. Wasn't raining, with no crops growing. But he tells her, okay, fix me something out of that first. And she did. Verse 15, and she went and did according to the saying of Elijah, and she and he and her house did eat many days. And the barrel of meal wasted not, neither did the cruse of oil fail, according to the word of the Most High, which he spake by Elijah. See? Now what if she hadn't done that? What if she hadn't fed Elijah first? That would have been her last meal. Okay? But right at the last meal, what happened, family? The Most High stepped in. See? We feel like the Most High is just late. But he's never late, family. His timing is not ours. So don't try to hook it up like that. His ways and thoughts not even ours. We just have to wait patiently. We have to endure. Say, those that endure to the end shall be saved. When things don't look good, family, when things look dark, don't start wavering in your faith. That's the time to increase it. When things begin to be dark, you increase your faith, not decrease, not start being living in fear and doubt. You have to know that you know that the Most High is going to come through. Okay? And don't let no other thoughts enter your mind that say different. So let's read the story in 2 Chronicles. And this is about King Jehoshaphat. And and how the Most High delivered his people then. And, what they did for the Most High to deliver. And this is from verse 1 to verse 24. But I can read this rather quickly. But you can also study and read it yourself. Okay? So this is 2 Chronicles, chapter 20. I'm starting at verse 1. It came to pass after this also that the children of Moab and the children of Ammon, and with them other besides the Ammonites, came against Jehoshaphat to battle. Then there came some that told Jehoshaphat, saying, There cometh a great multitude against thee from beyond the sea on this side of Syria. And behold, they be in Hazantamar, which is En Gedi. And Jehoshaphat feared, and set himself to seek the Most High, and proclaimed a fast throughout all Judah. So, they had all kind of enemies closing in on them to destroy them. The first thing Jehoshaphat did, he proclaimed a fast throughout all Judah. Okay, we need a fast. Verse 4, and Judah gathered themselves together to ask help of the Most High. Even out of all the cities of Judah, they came to seek the Most High. And Jehoshaphat stood in the congregation of Judah and Jerusalem in the house of the Most High before the new court and said, O Elohim of our fathers, art thou not thou Elohim in heaven? And rulest not thou over all the kingdoms of the heathen? And in thine hand is there not power and might, so that none is able to withstand thee? Art thou not thou our Elohim, who did drive out the inhabitants of this land before thy people Israel, and gave it to the seed of Abraham, thy friend forever? Verse 8, and they dwelt therein, and have built thee a sanctuary therein for thy name, saying, if, when evil come upon us, as the sword, judgment, or pestilence, or famine, we stand before this house, and in thy presence, for thy name is in this house, and cry unto thee in our affliction, and then thou wilt hear and help. See, we got to keep crying out to the Most High, family. We take nothing for granted. How did the children of Israel leave Egypt? They were crying out. Even the Most High said it. Their cries have come unto me because of the taskmasters, because of the treatment. But they cried out. So if we want to get through all this wickedness that's been planned for us, we got to cry out and seek the Most High, family. That's very important. Out of anything you do, prayer. Okay? Let's see, where did I leave off? Verse 10. And now, behold, the children of Ammon and Moab and Mount Seir, whom thou wouldest not let Israel invade when they came out of the land of Egypt, but they turned from them and destroyed them not. Behold, I say, how they reward us, to come to cast us out of thy possession, which thou hast given us to inherit. See, what he's saying is, we didn't lay a hand on those people, and now here they come wanting to just take us out. Verse 12, O our Elohim, wilt thou not judge them? For we have no might against this great company that cometh against us, neither know we what to do, but our eyes are upon thee. See, family, in this modern day Babylon or Egypt, we have no might against these people. They have all the weapons, technology. We may be 45 million plus, but they could wipe us out in a matter of days. We have no might against them. And this is what Jehoshaphat is saying. We can't stand up to these people. So what is he doing? He's praying to somebody who can stand up against him. Okay? Verse 13, and all Judah stood before the Most High, with their little ones, their wives, and their children. Then upon Jehaziel, the son of Zechariah, the son of Benaiah, the son of Jaleel, the son of Mattaniah, a Levite of the sons of Asaph, came the Spirit of the Most High in the midst of the congregation. And he said, Hearken ye all Judah, and ye inhabitants of Jerusalem, and thou, King Jehoshaphat, thus said the Most High unto you, Be not afraid nor dismayed by reason of this great multitude, for the battle is not yours, but Elohim's. Tomorrow go you down against them. Behold, they come up by the cliff of Ziz, and you shall find them at the end of the brook, before the wilderness of Jeriel. 17. You shall not need to fight in this battle. You hear that, family? He said, yep, just go on out. He said, but y'all not going to need to fight. He said, set yourselves. Stand ye still. Remember in other scriptures I say stand still? He said, stand ye still and see the salvation of the Most High with you, O Judah and Jerusalem. Fear not, nor be dismayed. Tomorrow go out against them, for the Most High will be with you. Family, if the Most High is with us, I mean, who can be against us? Okay? And Jehoshaphat bowed his head with his face to the ground, and all Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem fell before the Most High, worshiping the Most High. 19. And the Levites of the children of Kohathites and of the children of Korhites stood up to praise the Most High of Israel with a loud voice on high. Verse 20, and they rose early in the morning and went forth into the wilderness of Tekoa. And as they went forth, Jehoshaphat stood and said, Hear me, O Judah, and ye inhabitants of Jerusalem. Believe in the Most High your Elohim, so shall ye be established. Believe his prophets, so shall you prosper. Excuse me. And when he had consulted with the people, he appointed singers unto the Most High, and that should praise the beauty of his holiness, as they went out before the army, and to say, Praise the Most High, for his mercy endureth forever. Verse 22, and when they began to sing and to praise, the Most High set ambushments against the children of Ammon, Moab, and Mount Seir, which were come against Judah, and they were smitten. See, as they began to praise the Most High and seek him and worship him, what did he do? He destroyed them all. They didn't have to lift a finger. He told them, you're not going to need to fight this. And family, this fight is not for us. It's the Most High's fight. It's one we can't win anyway. Not unless the Most High commissions us to do it. But he said vengeance is his, okay? So let's not get in his way. Verse 23 says, For the children of Ammon and Moab stood up against the inhabitants of Mount Seir, utterly to slay and destroy them. And when they had made an end of the inhabitants of Seir, everyone helped to destroy another. See, Ammon and Moab attacked the inhabitants of Mount Seir, which is one of Judah's enemies. Then they turned on each other. See? And when Judah came forward, this is verse 24. When Judah came forward, the watchtower in the wilderness, they looked unto the multitude, and behold, there were dead bodies fallen to the earth, and none escaped. Most High took them all out. First, he allowed 2 of them, armies, to attack Mount Seir. And then the rest remaining, he destroyed. And all of Judah did was go down and get all the spoils of war, which was a lot. Gold, silver, everything. They didn't have to lift a finger. See, just when things look real bad, you got 3 different armies coming at you that you don't have no might against. What did they do? They prayed and worshiped the Most High. And he took care of it for them. Right when things, just looked terrible. Look, family. Most High has all kinds of angels, family. He has destructive angels. He has messenger angels. He has cherubim that guard the sacred places. He's not short on a supply of angels that have different roles. Okay. And at any time that he sends them, they're going to do their job. See, the angels of the Most High do not discriminate. They don't make deals. They don't question the Most High. In fact, their only job is to obey the Most High. I don't even think they can question him. They will do what he says without discretion. Whatever he sends them to do, family, it's a wrap. Because they're not going to question anything. If the Most High sends them to a place and say, destroy everything, that's what they're going to do. And don't even think about it. There's no right or wrong to those angels that are sent. They don't have that sense of right and wrong. They have a sense of obedience to the Most High. Whatever he sends them to do, it's done. Let's read. Let's see. 2 Samuel chapter 24. I think we'll start at verse 13. Now this is when David done something he shouldn't have done. He numbered the people, and he shouldn't have done that. So Gad came to David and told him and said unto him, shall 7 years of famine come upon thee in thy land? Or wilt thou flee 3 months before thine enemies while they pursue thee? Or there be 3 days pestilence in thy land? These are the choices that David had for disobeying. Okay. Now advise and see what answer I shall return to him that sent me. And David said unto Gad, I am in a great strait, a great predicament. Let us fall now into the hand of the Most High, for his mercies are great, and let me not fall into the hand of man. So the Most High sent a pestilence upon Israel from the morning even to the even to the time appointed, and there died of the people from Dan even to Beersheba 70,000 men. See. And when the angel that destroyed the people, let's back up. Verse 16. And when the angel stretched out his hand upon Jerusalem to destroy it, the Most High repented him of the evil and said to the angel that destroyed the people, it is enough. Stay now thy hand. See, now the Most High, this angel had already took out 70,000 people, okay? Then he turned himself toward Jerusalem. He was finna destroy it too, see? And the Most High just thought, okay, nah, that's enough. And called them off. Because the angel, Jerusalem and any other place is the same. As far as the angel concerned, he's obeying. And the Most High, I guess, thought about it and called him off. Told him to stay his hand. Why? Because the Most High more than likely remembered the covenant that he made with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And he called it off. You can see that, in the story where Moses had to intercede for us because the Most High was finna take us out then. In fact, let's read it. Deuteronomy chapter 9, verse 12 through 29. And the Most High said unto me, this is when the people, while Moses was up in the mountain, they down there making golden calves and doing orgies and everything. So this is what was said. Deuteronomy 9, verse 12 through 29. And the Most High said unto me, arise, get thee down quickly from here. For thy people which thou hast brought forth out of Egypt have corrupted themselves. They are quickly turned aside out of the way, which I commanded them. They have made them a molten image. Verse 13. Furthermore, the Most High spake unto me, saying, I have seen this people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people. Verse 14, the Most High said, let me alone, that I may destroy them, and blot out their name from under heaven. And I will make of thee a nation mighty and greater than they. See, he was going to take them out and told Moses, I'm just going to take them out and I'll make another nation from you. 15. So I turned and came down from the mount, and the mount burned with fire, and the two tables of the covenant were in my hands. And I looked, and behold, you have sinned against the Most High your Elohim, and made you a molten calf. You had turned aside quickly out of the way which the Most High has commanded you. And I took the two tables and cast them out of my two hands, and brake them before your eyes. And I fell down before the Most High as at the first, 40 days and 40 nights. I did neither eat bread nor drink water because of all your sins which you sinned in doing wickedly in the sight of the Most High, to provoke him to anger. In other words, Moses said, 40 days and 40 nights, he didn't eat or drink. So he was fasting because of their sin. Verse 19, for I was afraid of the anger and hot displeasure wherewith the Most High was wroth against you to destroy you. But the Most High hearkened unto me at that time also. And the Most High was very angry with Aaron to have destroyed him. And I prayed for Aaron also the same time. See, Aaron was the one showed them how to construct that calf. The Most High was going to take Aaron out. Okay? And I took your sin, the calf which you had made, and burned it with fire, and stamped it, and ground it very small, even until it was small as dust. And I cast the dust thereof in the brook that descended out of the mount. And at Taberah and Massa and Kibrahaba, you provoked the Most High to wrath. Likewise, when the Most High sent you from Kadesh Barnea, saying, go up and possess the land which I have given you, then you rebelled against the commandment of the Most High your Elohim, and you believed him not, nor hearkened to his voice. You have been rebellious against the Most High from the day that I knew you. Thus I fell down before the Most High 40 days and nights, as I fell down at first, because the Most High said he would destroy you. See, Moses had to intercede. I prayed therefore unto the Most High, and said, O Lord Elohim, destroy not thy people and thy inheritance, which thou hast redeemed through thy greatness, which thou hast brought forth out of Egypt with a mighty hand. See, Moses asking him not to destroy him. He said, this is your inheritance. Verse 7. See, now Moses finna call the Most High to remembrance. He said, remember thy servants, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob? He said, look not unto the stubbornness of this people, nor to their wickedness, nor to their sin. He said, you made a covenant with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Don't let these ignorant people, cause you to cancel that covenant. Verse 28, lest the land whence thou hast brought us out say, because the Most High was not able to bring them into the land which he promised them, and because he hated them, he had brought them out to slay them in the wilderness. Yet they are thy people and thy inheritance, which thou brought out by thy mighty power and by thy stretched out arm. See, he brought them out, to give them an inheritance. And what would the other people say? See, he only brought them out for Egypt to destroy them. Which, that's not true, but the people were just stiff-necked. We have that today, and disobedient, and you're just not going to fare too well as long as you are in that condition, family. Like I say, the Most High has angels that don't know nothing but to obey him without discretion. There is no debate when they're sent. They're not going to come down here and say, oh, wait a minute, Father. Now, I know you told me to destroy this whole city, but it's some newborns here. No, they're not going to do that. When he says destroy, that's what they do. They are not, those angels of destruction are not respecters of persons, male or female, young or old. All they know is obedience, without question. Look what happened in Egypt when the death angels rolled through there. The Most High said, kill every firstborn. That means the firstborn of everything. I don't care if you was a cow or a sheep or a rattlesnake. If you was the firstborn, you died. You could be male or female. The Most High told them the firstborn. And that's exactly what happened. You be saying, oh, what did the cows do? Nothing. They were just the firstborn. That was the decree handed down by the Most High. And those angels of death are going to obey just that order. Exactly like the Most High said it, verbatim. Okay? So when he sends these angels here, if he chooses to protect us, there's nobody that can withstand them, family. It's a wrap. It's just a wrap. Let's go to the example of Mashiach, okay? When they came after him. This is Matthew 26. I'm going to start with verse 49, I believe. And forthwith he came to Mashiach and said, Hail, Master, and kissed him. We talking about old Judah. And Mashiach said unto him, Friend, wherefore art thou come? Then came they and laid hands on Mashiach and took him. 51. And behold, one of them which were with Mashiach stretched out his hand and drew his sword, and struck a servant of the high priest, and smote his ear off. In other words, he cut his ear off. Then said Mashiach unto him, Put up again thy sword into its place. For all they that take the sword shall perish with the sword. Now listen to what Mashiach says in verse 53. Thinkest thou that I cannot now pray to my Father, and he shall presently give me more than 12 legions of angels. Okay? YAH said that, if I don't want this to happen, it don't happen. He said, I can call for over 12 legions of angels. But let's just stick with the number 12 legions. A legion is a Roman military term. And it usually consists of about 6,000 soldiers, maybe a little more. But the average is 6,000 in a legion. Now, if just 12 legions of angels came, that's about 72,000 angels, man. And all of them coming with bad intentions and a bad attitude. See, they coming to tie up some stuff. You think about that, how much havoc they could wreak. Just one is enough to destroy a thing, fam. We can find that out. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 37, verse 36. We'll just see what one angel can do. We're not talking about a legion. We ain't talking about 6,000 or the 72,000 that would be involved in 12 legions. Let's see what one can do. Isaiah 37, 36. Then the angel of the Most High went forth and smote the camp of the Assyrians, 185,000. And when they arose early in the morning, behold, they were all dead corpses. Now that's just one angel. One. Think about 12 legions or over 12 legions. Like I say, 12 legions would be about 72,000 angels. And, they're going to have a real bad disposition if they have to come. Okay? There is no begging. There is no pleading for mercy. They know none. They know obedience. That's it. You can't bargain with them or nothing. They do not discriminate between ages and sexes, male or female. All they know is obedience. Okay? So, the Most High has a million ways to get his will done or protect his people, family. Those who obey. Those who remain in faith even when things seem the worst. Sometimes he'll let us stick our foot in the furnace and then get you out of it. Okay? So, don't think that he's late. He's never late. You could physically die on the table. In the hospital, and Most High can revive you right then and there if he chooses to. So he ain't never late. There's no such thing as late with the Most High. There's no such thing as late. He just may not come when you want it. But all in all, family, it's just a test. It's just a trial of your faith. He's just wanting to know where you stand. Like I say, it's easy to praise the Most High every day, when things are going good. When he's blessed you every time you open your mouth. You don't have any incentive to have faith because it's just done automatically. You didn't have to do nothing. You didn't put in no works of faith. You wasn't tested. All you just on the receiving end, just like these Christian pastors tell you. All you got to do is, come here and pay your tithes and Most High bless you. No, it don't work that way at all. At all. the YAH did his job. See, he came and died for the sins. Now, you got something to do. Now you got to believe in him and follow him and have faith and believe. That's what's going to save you. Okay? That's what's going to get you through this mess. You know, we may face discomfort. We may lose things. But these are just earthly things anyway. They're going to waste away anyway. You're not going to take any of it with you. You know, so, you know, let's not sweat it. I know we used to these creature comforts and all that stuff, but we better get used to not having that stuff. There is going to be a famine. They're already working on it. You know, farmers are selling out their crops or destroying them for money. All right? You can hardly get any real seed. They're stored somewhere in what they call a seed vault. That's the idea. You know, when a person's hungry, they'll do just about anything to get food. All right? That's the whole idea about it. You can't go to work. You can't provide for your family. Well, then you're subject to bend or break. You know. So this is why I say we gonna have to constantly pray without ceasing. I don't care if things for a minute look good. You know, like, okay, things are gonna return to normal. No, they're not gonna return to normal. They only get worse from here. That's the illusion that they want you to think. So even when things seem to be going good, which is an illusion, to lull you back to sleep, we have to constantly stay in prayer. We have to ask the Most High to strengthen us where we're weakest at. Okay? That's what we have to do. And he'll show up when he needs to. You can believe that. He'll show up just when he needs to save or assist his obedient, his faithful. Now, of course, if you don't believe, you don't have faith, then, okay, you got nothing coming. But that's what he expects of us. He expects the patience of Job. You know, the tenacity of Job, to stick it out no matter what happened. Even in Job's worst state, he kept believing. Okay? So, let's not feel like the Most High has abandoned us. He hasn't. You know, he allows things to get pretty rough, and that's only to try his people. He wants you to come out as pure gold. You know, so therefore, you have to be tried. Okay? Okay, family. I think I talked a little longer than I intended to today. But I hope you got the message, family. We got to stick this one out. Pray without ceasing. I can't emphasize that enough. Praise the Most High daily. Thank the Most High daily. Okay? Seek instruction and wisdom from the Most High daily. Okay, family, that's it for today. I'll talk to you again on the next one. Until then, shalom.